In this case, you are seeing that you are no person, but you are a flow, and you are willing to surrender to the flow of which you are. You are willing to let go of the person, which has no meaning, and surrender fully to the flow in service to the Yah. In other words, what I had become willing to do was be that receiving mind, without the thinking mind, without the personality identification. Just receive instructions from Holy Spirit and then do it, without any credit or blame. Holy Spirit continues. There are many things that you do not understand at a conscious level, of which you need not understand consciously. One mistake that probably most of us, if not all of us, make is that we study the teachings of truth with the attitude that we need to learn this. The funny thing is, when I received my first calling to write for Holy Spirit, I had only been a student of A Course in Miracles for, I think, 7 months. I had never been in a study group. I was not yet aware of Pal Talk or the peace of God or anything. Talk about green behind the ears. And Spirit asked me to write for it and then teach what I write, because it told me that's how I would learn. It also told me that's why I was here. My thought at that time was nothing like, yes, I'm the one that should be teaching A Course in Miracles of spirituality. My thought was, me, I don't know anything. That is how I saw myself. I don't know anything. And what I didn't realize then is that was okay, because the knowledge wasn't going to come from the intellectual mind. I didn't need to study and know A Course in Miracles to be the one who listens and writes down what Spirit says. I can know nothing and do that. See, the mistake we make is thinking that we have to know this stuff consciously, intellectually. We have to study it. We have to get it right. That's an error. The truth is, all of the knowledge we need is within us. All we need is to learn how to open up that channel and receive exactly the knowledge we need when we need it. And it will be provided. So what Spirit says, again, is there are many things that you do not understand at a conscious level. So 2 years later, 2 years after receiving my calling, because I first received my calling to write and teach in November of 2004. So 2 years later, December of 2006, I still don't know it all. I haven't learned it all intellectually. And today, I still haven't learned it all intellectually, right? So he says, there are many things that you do not understand at a conscious level, of which you need not understand consciously. Now listen to this sentence. As this knowledge is needed, it will be given you, so that it may be very surprising sometimes to hear what you will say. Do not let this bother you. Do not judge it and find yourself wrong. Do not feel grand for finding such wisdom within. Remember your place, and you remain fully in the flow as I am. My place is the receiving mind, not the thinking mind. Not the memorize all that spiritual stuff in that book mind. Not the spit out what I read mind. The receiving mind. And it has happened to me many, 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 many times that deep spiritual teachings that I have never heard or never thought about consciously have come through me when I was speaking. It's happened many times now, so I've gotten used to it. But where does that come from? I didn't read all the books, I promise. I don't have it memorized. But I've got like the world's worst memory. Even if I had read the books, I would have forgotten what they said. When I'm the receiving mind, when I'm doing my job, because this is the job I've been given, everything I need to do the job is given in the moment. I don't need to have known it previously. I don't need to have studied it. What I do need is the trust that that will always be true. This is what Jesus said to the disciples when he sent them out to teach 2 by 2, right? He told them not to think in advance about what they will say, but to trust that the Father would give them what to say in the moment. That's the same instruction I'm being given here. There are many things that you do not understand at a conscious level, of which you need not understand consciously. As this knowledge is needed, it will be given you, so that it may be very surprising sometimes to hear what you will say. Do not let this bother you. Do not judge it and find yourself wrong. Do not feel grand for finding such wisdom within. Remember your place, the receiving mind. Receive and follow. Remember your place, and you remain fully in the flow as I am.